Okay, so I'm recording on my iPad, so none, like your names, nothing is recorded over here. But if you say anything, then it will be, your voice will be in the recording of the new one, just to let you both know. Okay. If there are any questions about Live Well stuff or earning points or getting anything, getting the money, the incentive program, let me know after or send me an email and we can connect because you can earn points and money for this, which is fun. For today's practice, we're just going to go over the basics of yoga and go through an introduction flow. We're going to start in Balasana, child's pose. So knees wide, big toes together, starting at the back of your mat or your towel or your floor or anything. Walk your hands forward and bring the crown of your head to the mat. Allow the whole crown of your head to rest, relaxing your head and neck. If I do that on my mat, then you all won't be able to hear me. So just settle into your natural breath here. If this is too much of a stretch for your upper back, bring weight into your hands and slide your palms closer to your body, allowing your full forearms to rest on the mat. Make any other adjustments in your feet or your knees or your hips to get comfortable. As your muscles begin to soften, deepen your breath. Pull your inhales further into your abdomen. And as you exhale, try to let your hips sink closer to your heels. Optional, eyes closed. This should be a comfortable pose, a comfortable place. At any point in today's practice, if you feel uncomfortable or get tired, or feel that your body needs a break, you can always come back to this pose. Take 2 more full inhales and open mouth exhales. As you inhale, prop your palms up onto your fingertips and walk your hands over to the left, moving your sternum to or towards your left knee. Inhale, walk your hands out further, and exhale, press into your right sit bone, deepening the stretch in your whole right side body. Again, head should hang heavy. Soften your face, soften your throat, soften your jaw. Inhale, walk your fingertips a little bit further. Exhale, relax. Inhale, walk back through center. Hold for the exhale, taking any movements that you want. And then on your inhale, walk your hands over to the right, moving your sternum to or towards your right knee. Head hangs heavy. Face is soft, jaw is soft. Inhale, walk your fingertips out a little bit further. Exhale, press your left sit bone into your left heel. Feel the expansion of the space between your ribs. Inhale, come back to center. And on an exhale, rise up to tabletop position. Bring your knees underneath your hips. Your heels face high. Your wrist should be just in front of your shoulder line here. If this is uncomfortable for your hands, you can do a closed fist, making a fist on the mat. Or if you have props like dumbbells or blocks or anything like that, you can grab onto those as well. Nice flat back here. Draw your shoulders down away from your ears, so sliding your shoulder blades down your back. Inhale, kick your left leg straight out behind you. Exhale, bring your left toes to the ground. Little calf stretch here. Grounding through the ball mound of your left foot, press into your hands. Feel the stretch of your calf. Inhale, lift your left leg up nice and high, keeping those toes active, so pulling your toes towards your nose. And as you're ready, bring your knee to your nose. Inhale, kick back. Exhale, round your back, bringing your knee to your nose. Inhale, straight back. Exhale, knee to nose. Last one, inhale, straight back. Exhale, return your left knee back to the mat. Second side, start with the exhale to kick back your right foot, and then slowly ground down through the ball mound, grounding the space underneath all 5 toes, and press into your hands, deepening the stretch of your right calf. Check in with your alignment, roll those shoulder blades back. Inhale, lift your right leg, toes are active. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, kick back. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, kick back. Exhale, knee to nose. And inhale brings you back to a tabletop position. Take a moment to roll your biceps forward, tucking your triceps back. Gentle bend in your elbows. Try not to lock anything out here. We're going to move through a couple rounds of cat-cow. So start by lengthening through the spine. The crown of your head is long. Neck is fully extended. Abdomen is active, so pull your belly button towards your spine. On an inhale, drop your belly. Lift your tailbone, lift your head, lift your gaze. Exhale to cat, round your back. Inhale to cow. Drop your belly, lift the head and the gaze. Exhale to cat. Move through 2 or 3 more with your breath. It's your pace. Not a rush, not a race. Inhale, back to neutral. Again, roll the biceps forward, tuck the triceps back. This time you're going to lift up, tucking all 10 toes. Press the hips back. Balasana. Deep stretch of the upper back. Maybe play with pressing into your left hand and your right hand. Still waking up the body here. As you're ready, come back to tabletop position. We're going to add on to the leg extensions. Moving through some bird dogs. Start by extending your left leg straight out behind you. Again, back is nice and flat. Toes are engaged, quads are active. If this is enough, stay here. If you want an extra challenge, lift the right arm. Holding for the inhale. Holding for the exhale. Inhale, point through the fingers, point through the toes. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, extend. Exhale, elbow to knee. 2 more. Last one, inhale, reach out. Exhale, back to tabletop position. Second side, extend through the right leg. Toes are active, belly's active. If this is enough, stay here. If you want the extra challenge, lift the left arm by the left ear. Point through the fingers and toes. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, extend. Exhale, elbow to knee. Last one here. Inhale, back to tabletop position. You can walk your knees back a little bit if you've scooted forward on your mat like I have. We're going to start with a modified Chaturanga. You're going to inhale, rock your body to shift forward. It's a modified plank here. We're going to focus on the alignment and focus on getting things right during this first class. So roll those biceps forward. Elbows have a slight bend. Tailbone is nice and long. There should be a nice flat line between the base of your tailbone all the way up through the crown of your head. Engaging the core here. This is an inhale. Exhale, lowering the chest to the mat. Hug the elbows in towards the ribs, all the way down. Press into the thighs, gently press into the hands. Slowly lift the chest to a low cobra. Keep those shoulders down away from your ears. Feel the nice stretch in your back. Inhale for 1. Exhale, lower all the way back down. Press into your hands and shift your hips back to child's pose. We're going to do that 2 more times. Inhale, shift forward, modified plank. Spine is long. Exhale, lower all the way down to the mat. Inhale, low cobra. Gentle back bend here. And exhale back to child's pose. Hold for 2 or 3 breaths. Again, we're still warming up here. Last time, inhale, shift forward. Modified plank. Exhale, lower all the way down. Inhale, pressing into the hands. Low cobra. If you're feeling back bendy, you can press further into your hands, deep in the back bend. Exhale, child's pose. 2 full breaths here. Inhale, rise back up to tabletop position. This time you're going to tuck all 10 toes. Check the alignment of your hands. You want your pointer fingers to be parallel to each other and the long edge of your mat. Rolling the biceps forward, tucking the triceps back, gentle bend in those elbows. Press into the ball mounds of your foot and begin to hover your knees. Core is engaged, the bear plank. And on an exhale, shift your hips back and high to our first downward facing dog. Pedal out your feet. Remember, there's always an option to rest in child's pose or tabletop position if this is too much. We're focusing on the basics here. In tabletop position, you want to maintain a gentle bend in your elbows and your knees. Your thighs should be parallel. Roll your inner thighs back and wide, creating a dog tilt of your pelvis. So the dog tilt of your pelvis is what we practiced with cow pose, where you drop your belly. Lift your tailbone. Spine is nice and long. Your head is heavy. Relax your face, relax your jaw, relax your throat. Your gaze is soft at the wall behind you. 1 more full breath in. Complete exhale. Inhale, shift to plank. It's a nice way to check the space between your hands and your feet as if you can shift forward to a comfortable plank pose. Always an option to drop your knees from this position. We're going to do that same Chaturanga. So option 1 would be drop your knees. For an extra challenge, keep your knees nice and high from plank pose. And on your next exhale, lower your chest and your torso all the way down to the mat. Hugging the elbows in towards the ribs. Untuck the toes. And slowly lift your chest to a low cobra. Regulate the breath. Downward facing dog and planks. They get you excited. 1 more full breath in. Exhale, tuck the toes. Shift the hips back and high, back to downward facing dog. Still getting used to downward dog, so pedal out the feet. Just means shift the weight from one foot to the other. Play with the space in your hips and the tightness in your body. Check in on the alignment of your hands. Those pointer fingers are parallel. Nod your head yes, shake your head no, blubber out your lips, and breathe. On your next inhale, lift your gaze to the space between your hands and slowly walk your feet up to meet your hands, coming to Uttanasana, standing forward fold. You want your feet about hip width apart. And take a bend in your knees. Use the weight of your head and your neck to provide traction for your neck.
increasing the space between each vertebrae. Grabbing opposite elbows for ragdoll pose. Bend your knees as much as you need to. If it's comfortable, rest your ribs on your thighs. Take a moment to nod your head or shake it back and forth. Getting rid of any of the tension from today. As you find stillness in your head, in your neck, go ahead and sway side to side with your torso. When you're ready, find stillness and release your elbows. Fingertips come back to the mat. Grounding through the four corners of your feet, so just under your big toes, just under your little toes, and at the back left and right corner of your heel, the four corners of your feet. Inhale, lift your torso halfway to a flat back. Allow your knees to be bent as much as you'd like. And exhale, fold forward. Waking the body up. Two more just like that. Inhale, lift the torso. Exhale, forward fold. Last one. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, forward fold. Then inhale, sweep your hands nice and wide, rising all the way up to Tadasana. Standing mountain pose. Fingertips touch at the top. Maybe a gentle back bend here. Exhale, press the air away. Fingertips down towards your side. You're going to clasp and interlace your fingers behind your back and pull down, opening up the chest. Open heart, open chest. Release the bind. So unclasp your fingers and move to the second side. So put the weird thumb on top. Inhale to clasp and exhale, press down, opening up the chest. And release. You're going to move through a couple of sun salutation A's. So it's a pretty traditional flow, and we're going to offer modifications. So anything that you'd like to do to feel comfortable. Inhale, sweep your hands nice and high, fingertips touch at the top. Exhale, dive out, forward fold. Inhale, halfway to a flat back here. Exhale, plant your hands and step your right foot back and then your left, coming to plank pose. Holding here, option to drop the knees. Belly's tight, core is tight. Inhale, fill up. Exhale, hug the elbows in towards the ribs, lower all the way down. Untuck the toes. Press into your hands, lift the torso, low cobra. Exhale, tuck the toes, shift the hips back, downward facing dog. Holding for 3 full breaths here. Gentle bend in the elbows and knees, inner thighs are back and wide. It's okay if your heels don't touch the mat. Gaze is soft. On your next inhale, lift your gaze between your hands. Step your right foot forward and then your left, coming to Uttanasana, standing forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, release. Press the air away. Take any adjustments that you need. Maybe roll your shoulders, bounce out your knees. I'm going to do that again. Inhale, sweep your hands nice and high. Maybe a gentle back bend at the top. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, plant your hands. This time, step your left foot back and then your right, coming to plank pose or modified plank with your knees down. Exhale, lower all the way down. Inhale, lifting the torso. Hold for the exhale. Really embrace this back bend here. Maybe shift side to side, pressing into your right hand and then your left. Coming back to center, tucking all 10 toes, and on an exhale, shift your hips back and high to downward facing dog. Holding for 3 full breaths. Hopefully each downward facing dog is getting a little bit more comfortable, a little bit easier, shaking the head yes or no, or noticing where your tension points are, your sticky points. On an inhale, lift the gaze between the hands. Step your left foot forward and then your right, coming to standing forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, press the air away. Shake out your knees, shake out your hands. Do a couple of wrist circles here. Gonna do that flow one more time. Inhale, hands high, gaze high. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, plant the hands. Step the right foot back and then the left, coming to plank pose. We're going to try a different option here this time. So again, you can drop your knees or keep them high for plank, or if you'd like, you can try to lower your knees, and then your chest and your chin, and then slither through, lifting the torso. Depending on your spine or your back, sometimes that feels nice. Inhale, fill up. Exhale, release. Inhale, press a little bit higher, deep in the back bend. Exhale, tucking the toes. Shifting the hips back and high to downward facing dog. 3 full breaths here. Inhale, lift the gaze to the space between the hands. And slowly walk your feet up. Take as many steps as you like back to your forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift to a flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep your hands high, coming to Uttanasana, or coming to Tadasana. Exhale, press the air away. Separate your feet a little bit further, so they should be just under your hips, again, grounding through the 4 corners of your feet. We're going to transition to chair pose, moving through our first little standing flow. So in chair pose, hips low, hands high, like you're sitting in a chair. Check in, you want your thighs to be parallel. Your knees can be touching if you'd like. Lengthening through the spine. Biceps should be by your ears. This is a strong pose. Feel it in your quads. Maybe lift up your toes so that you can check in and make sure that you're grounding through the 4 corners of your feet. Inhale, fill up. Exhale. You're going to bring your hands through heart center, Prapi to Uttanasana. So we're going to twist. Brace your left elbow on the outside of your right thigh. Pressing your palms together, moving your sternum to or towards your thumb line. Check down and make sure that your knees are still aligned. The tendency here is for one hip to shift forward or back. You want your knees aligned, your toes aligned, and breathe into the twist. Inhale, pressing the palms together. Exhale, deepen the twist. Inhale, one more full breath in. Exhale, rise back up to chair pose. Holding for 1 full breath in. Complete exhale. Inhale, bring you all the way up. Exhale, press the air away. Moving to tree pose. Grounding through the 4 corners of your left foot. Your right foot, you can bring it to a kickstand. You can bring your right foot to your calf, to your knee, or all the way up into your inner thigh. Find a nice steady spot on the ground, or at the horizon, maybe the line of your baseboard there. Find your grounding point. Establish your base. As you're ready, bring your hands to heart center and grow your branches nice and tall. Playing with balance is one of the ways to help yourself feel grounded. And if you fall, that's okay. That's why this is called practice. Inhale, fill up. Exhale, mindfully return back to a standing position. Shake it out. We're going to move to the second side here. So grounding through the four corners of both feet, starting with our chair pose. Hips low, hands high. Thighs are parallel. Engage those glutes, maybe lift the toes, check in with yourself. Inhale, extend through the fingertips. Exhale into the twist. Hands come through heart center, bracing the right elbow on the outside of your left knee. Pressing into the palms and your sternum moves to or towards your thumb line. Hips are low, gaze can be high, gaze can be down to the space between your toes, wherever is comfortable. One more full breath in. Exhale to unwind, hips low, hands high. Feel those glutes, feel those quads. Inhale, rise all the way up. Gentle back bend. Exhale, press the air away. Shake it out. Tree pose, second side. Grounding through the four corners of your right foot. Hands can come to hips. Hands can be at heart center. I like to keep my hands at my hips. Your left toes can come to a kickstand. Your ankle, your calf, or all the way up into your inner thigh. If your foot does rest on the inside of your knee, just be careful of the pressure. You're going to do that. Keep a gentle bend in your right knee to really engage the ligaments around your knee and not cause any damage. Steady your gaze, restore your breath. Continue your practice, grow your branches. One more full breath in. Complete exhale. Inhale, bringing your hands to your hips and slowly coming back out. Shake it out. Bounce your knees. Be a gentle back bend. Inhale, sweep your hands nice and high. And this time, we're going to exhale and open to warrior two. So ground through the four corners of your right foot. Inhale, extend through your fingertips. And exhale, open to the left. So step your left foot back, arms come out to a T. Outer edge of your left foot press into the pinky toe side of your left foot. For your right leg, your right knee is grounded over your right ankle. Your hips are level and square, left to right, and your arms are out to a T, relaxing the shoulders away from your ears. Gaze is over your right middle fingertips. This is warrior two, here at Balasana 2. Warriors, you're strong. Holding for a full breath in. Complete exhale. Inhale, press to extend your right leg. Exhale, bringing your hands to your hips. Turn your right toes in. So now your feet are parallel to each other and the short edge of your mat. Extending your arms to a 5-pointed star here. Inhale, fill up, expand your ribs. Exhale, forward fold, wide-legged forward fold. Hands come to the center. Let your head hang heavy. Adjust the width of your stance as you like, as is comfortable. Bend your knees. Inhale, walk your hands over towards the left. Deepening the stretch on your inner right thigh. If you want more, you can bend your left knee. If you choose to bend your left knee, shift your butt back, so you want to keep your left knee over your left ankle. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, second side. Either walk your hands over, keeping straight legs, or deepen the stretch on your inner thigh and bending your right knee. Stacking your right knee over your right ankle. Inhale back to center. We're going to do 2 more, so moving with your breath. Inhale to the side. Exhale back to center, just like we practiced in the beginning with Balasana and Child's Pose. Linking our movements to our breath. Center. Let your head hang heavy, taking your head circles, neck circles. Finding space, increasing blood flow, increasing movement. Inhale, bring your hands to your hips, lifting your head first, rise back up. Extending your arms out to the side. We're going to move to second side here. So turn your right toes in, left toes out, deep bend in your left knee, coming to warrior 2. Again, you want those hips level and square, left to right, arms are out to a T, and gaze is over the left middle fingertips. Inhale, springy life. Exhale to relax. Inhale, fill up. Exhale, press to extend the left foot. We're going to shift back to the front side. So turn the left toes in, right toes all the way out, and inhale into a warrior 2. We're going to add on this time. Bend in your right knee over your ankle. Inhale, flip your right palm. Bring your left hand high, or left hand low, right hand high. Reverse your warrior. Gaze is high. Feel the stretch of your right ribs. Inhale, grow taller. Exhale, cartwheel the hands back to warrior 2. Inhale, press to extend. Turn the right toes in, left toes out. Deep lunge on the left. Warrior 2, facing the back. Inhale, flip the left hand. Exhale, right hand low, left hand high. Reverse warrior. Inhale to grow taller. Exhale, cartwheel the hands back to a T. Inhale, press to extend, bringing your hands to your hips. Left toes in, right toes stay exactly where they are, coming back to our 5-pointed star. Inhale, length to your spine. Exhale, 1 more wide-legged forward fold. This time we're going to play with movement front to back. So adjust your feet as you'd like. And inhale, walk your hands out, deepening the stretch of your upper back, letting your shoulder blades slide around. Pressing into your right hand and then into your left hand. As you're ready, walk your hands back through center. Lift your wrists around so that they're facing behind you and walk your hands back. Take any bend in your knees that you need. Shaking your head yes and shaking your head no. Coming back to stillness, walking your hands back to your gaze line, just in front of your hands. If you're ready, bring your hands to your hips, lifting your head first, coming back to center. 1 more time, we're going to add on. Turning your right toes out, deep lunge in your right knee. Add the arms out to a T, warrior 2. Inhale, flip your right hand. Exhale, left hand low, right hand high. Reverse your warrior. Gaze is high. Stacking your shoulders, stacking your wrists. Inhale, cartwheel the hands back. to warrior two. Exhale, press to extend your right knee. Gaze is still over the right middle fingertips. On your next inhale, you're going to reach out through your right fingertips and down to triangle pose. Your right hand can come to your shin, a block, or the mat. Gaze is high over the left middle fingertips. Stacking the shoulders, stacking the wrists. Imagine there's a wall behind you. Open up completely. If this is too much for your neck, you can gaze down at your right foot. Bring a gentle bend to your knee, your right knee, and cartwheel the hands back up to a T. Bring your hands to your hips. Turn your right toes in, coming to second side. Right toes all the way in to about a 45-degree angle. Left toes all the way out. Deep bend in your left knee. Arms to a T. Inhale, flip your left hand, reverse your warrior. Remembering to breathe. Exhale back to warrior two. Inhale, press to extend your left leg. Exhale, reach out and down to triangle pose. Stacking the shoulders, stacking your wrists. Your left hand can come to your shin, a block, or the mat. Try to roll the chest open. Feel the difference in the left and the right. Inhale, gentle bend to your left knee. And cartwheel the hands back up to a T. Last time, turn the left toes all the way in. Turn the right toes all the way out. And cartwheel the hands down to frame your right foot. Bending the right knee, lifting the left heel. Step the right foot back to meet your left. You know your options here, so you can lower knees, chest, chin. You can lower your knees and then all the way down, or take the plank pose. And exhale, lower the chest all the way down. Inhale, untuck your toes, lifting your torso, lifting your chest. Low cobra. Exhale back to child's pose. Widen the knees. Extend the fingers. Big toes are together. Allow the crown of your head to rest on the mat. Two more full breaths in and complete exhales. Inhale, rise up, tabletop position, tucking the knees under the hips. Walking the hands forward just a smidge so they're in front of shoulder line. Tucking all 10 toes. Exhale to shift your hips back and high, downward facing dog. Pedal out your feet. Feeling the stretch of your left and your right calf. Gentle bend in your elbows and knees. Your head is heavy, your face is soft. Beginning to cool down now. Inhale, lift the gaze between your hands and slowly walk your feet up to meet your hands. Coming to Uttanasana, standing forward fold. Grabbing opposite elbows for ragdoll pose, swaying side to side. Inhale, come back to center, release your elbows. Exhale, lift your gaze. Slowly bending your knees all the way down, any amount. Taking a moment to ground in through your hands, ground in through your feet. And as you're ready, walk your hands back behind you and lower your sit bones towards the mat. Extend your feet straight out in front of you to Tadasana. Shake out your legs. Inhale, lift your hands nice and high, biceps by your ears. Exhale, lengthen as you lower forward fold. If this is too much, you can grab opposite elbows underneath your knees, bringing your thighs closer to your ribs. You want to deepen the stretch. Maybe reach for your ankles or reach for your feet. If this is too much, you can also stack your forearms on your shins and use your forearms as a pillow for your head. Inhale one vertebrae at a time, rising back up to a seated position. Exhale, lifting your shoulders towards your ears, rolling them back down, shoulder blades pinch at the bottom. Slide your right foot in anywhere on your left inner thigh, maybe your left inner shin. It's like a seated tree pose here. Grounding your sit bones left to right. Maybe you have to wiggle out the space between them. Inhale, grow a little bit taller. Exhale to forward fold. Reaching for your left ankle or maybe your left foot. Grounding evenly through your left and right sit bone here. Inhale, release your grip and rise back up. You're going to do that same twist that we practiced in the middle of class. So inhale, lift up. Exhale, left hand comes to the outside of your right knee and twist. Right fingertips come just behind your sit bone. Depending on your flexibility, depending on your gaze, you can gaze over your left shoulder. Deepening the twist would be to gaze over the right shoulder. Wherever you are, try to stack the crown of your head over the base of your spine. Inhale, fill up. Exhale, unwind, back to center. Using your right hand to lift your right knee up, extend your right leg straight up in front of you. Bouncing your legs as much as you need, second side. Bringing your left foot anywhere along your right leg. Inhale to lift up. Exhale, forward fold. Grounding your sit bones left and right. Inhale, breathe into those sticky points. Breathe into any tension that you're feeling and exhale to let it go. Inhale one vertebrae at a time, back up to a seated position. Growing your spine a little bit longer and exhale into the twist. Bring your right hand to the outside of your left knee. Left hand grounds at the base of your spine into the twist. Gaze can be over your right shoulder for a little softer twist. Gaze over your left shoulder for the full deep stretch. Inhale, lift up. Exhale to unwind back to center. Then keep your left foot where it is and bring your right foot to join it, coming to bound angle. So if your hips are nice and tight, you might want to extend your left foot a little bit and make a bigger diamond. Grounding the sit bones left to right. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Towards your feet. To deepen the stretch, you can press your elbows into your inner thighs or into the inner parts of your knees. If your hips are really tight, you keep your elbows on your inner thighs and grab onto your shins. All of them are options. Your practice, your choice. Inhale, rise back up to a nice comfortable seated position. Extending your left leg. This time cross your right foot to the outside of your left leg. Sticking with the twisting theme, you're going to inhale, lift your left hand high, right left bicep by your ear. Exhale into the twist. Hook your left arm on the outside of your right knee, planting your right hand exactly where it was before and deep in the twist. Inhale, fill up. Exhale, deepen the twist. Inhale, unwind back to center, second side. Sending the right foot straight out in front of you. Left foot grounds on the outside of your right knee. Inhale, right hand high. Exhale, brace your right elbow on the outside of your left knee into the twist. Thumb is at the base of your spine and your gaze is wherever you would like it to be. Inhale fills you up. Exhale into the twist. Inhale, unwind back to center, grounding your hands, taking your feet out, bouncing them as much as you'd like. Bringing weight to your left heel, slide it closer to your, that's fine. Bring weight to your left heel, slide it a little bit closer to your body. Lean back onto your heels, cross your right ankle over your left knee. Now you're going to let your right knee flop out to the side. And as you're ready, slide your left foot in closer to your sit bones, any amount. Trying to keep your sit bones grounded, both left and right. You're going to inhale, grow a little bit taller, and exhale to forward fold. You should feel a nice deep stretch on your right glute area. If you want to deepen your stretch, you can press into your hands to lift your sit bones up and scoot your hips closer to your left foot. As you're ready, walk your hands in. A little game you can play, playing with your breath, playing with your flexibility. With each exhale, you should be able to deepen the stretch a little bit. Eventually, there is a stopping point. You can only go so far. But this is a nice hip opener, especially for the end of the day after you've been doing a lot of sitting or a lot of driving. Inhale, fill up. Exhale, last, deepen at the stretch. Start by scooting your hips back a little bit, then extending your left leg, and then return your right foot to the second side. So cross your left ankle over your right knee, bringing weight into your right heel. Scoot your hands back a little bit to start. Slide your right heel all the way in, and then start to scoot your hips closer to your right foot. And as you're ready, oh, that was too fast. As you're ready, walk your hands in towards your hips, keeping length in your spine, a nice flat back, crown of your head is over the base of your spine. Inhale, fill up. Exhale, deepen the stretch. Inhale, unwind. Start by leaning back, extending your right foot straight out in front of you, and then bringing your left foot to join. Bounce out your legs for the last time. Growing tall through your spine, flip your palms over. You can slide your heels in slightly, grounding through your heels, lifting your toes nice and high. We're moving to boat pose. You're going to slowly extend back, engaging the core. Chest is open. The points of your shoulder blades slide down your back. Add a little bit more. Chest is still open. If you want to add more of a challenge, you can extend your left foot, extend your right foot, or maybe extend both of them and watch me shake all over the mat. Inhale, fill up. Exhale, slowly lower all the way down. Let your hands relax. Arms should be out away from your body at about a 45-degree angle, palms face up. Bringing weight into your heels, slide your right foot closer and then your left foot. Take any adjustments that you need. I like to press into my heels and tuck my tailbone under so that the full weight, the full length of your spine rests on the mat. Take a moment to just breathe here. Settle into this new pose, into this new posture. You're going to heel toe your feet out to the wide edge of your mat. And then take some windshield wipers. So let your knees fall to the left, keeping your shoulders grounded. Find a space just in line with your nose on the ceiling that you can maintain while you shift your legs from the left to the right. This movement is for your hips and your low back. Try to focus on that area and breathe in to the sticky points. One more to each side. Bring your knees back to center, heel toe your feet back to hip width distance. You move to eagle legs here. So inhale, extend your right leg straight up in front. Cross your right thigh over your left and bend your right foot to meet your left ankle. If this is enough, you can stay here or take the full double bind. So you tuck the right toes on the inside of your left ankle. Bring your arms out to a T to make room. And on an exhale, let your legs fall to the left, any amount. Try to ground down through your right shoulder here. Inhale, fill you up. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, back to center. Knees are high, gaze is high. Unwind, move to second side. Grounding through the four corners of your right foot. Kick your left foot high, cross your left thigh over your right. And if this is enough, stay here. If you want the full bind, wrap your left toes on the inside of your right ankle. Arms are still out to a T. On an exhale, let your knees fall to the right. Deep stretch in your back. Gaze is still high. Inhale, unwind. Release the bind. Grounding through the four corners of both feet. You can keep your arms at a T, bring them to cactus arms, or lower them back down to a 45-degree angle. I'm going to move through bridge pose just for a moment, pressing into the four corners of both feet and the back points of your shoulder blades. Lift your hips up nice and high. Slight lift of your chin to protect your cervical spine. Should be a nice straight line between your knees, your hips, and your shoulders. Engaging the glutes, engaging the core. Inhale, fill up. Exhale, one vertebrae at a time. Lower back down. Hugging your knees into your chest for Apanasana, supine child's pose. Rocking side to side, left to right. Giving your back a nice full massage. Listening to your creaky floorboards. As you're ready, find stillness. Release your knees and you can grab under your thighs, or if you're feeling strong, you can keep your arms out to a 45-degree angle. Extend your legs nice and high. Bring a little bit of space between your feet, just enough to do some ankle circles. Moving in one direction and then the other. Reverse it one more time, going back to the first way, and then the second way. Inhale, fill up, finding the stillness. Exhale, back to Apanasana. Hugging your knees in one last time. As you're ready, ground through your heels and extend your feet out straight in front of you. Preparing for Shavasana, final relaxation. You can grab some props if you have a pillow or a blanket. Get comfortable with that. If you have any extra layers, if you're starting to feel chilly, add them now. You want to put a pillow underneath your arm, underneath your knees. It's a little prop. You can do that too. Separate your feet enough so that they have room and space. Your big toes should be high. Palms face up, arms are at a 45-degree angle out away from your body. Settle into your space, settle into your breath. Take a moment to ground yourself. Notice your grounding points, your contact points of your body to the earth. Notice your breath, the natural rising and falling of your belly, the natural rising and falling of your chest. Can you feel your heartbeat? Try to focus on your lifeline. Focus on your pulse. Focus on your heart. Try to slow your heart rate, bringing calmness and stillness. Now focus on a single heartbeat. Focus on the power and the blood that it pumps and the oxygen that it brings to your whole body. Imagine a single heartbeat traveling all the way down into your toes. Leaving your heart traveling down your abdomen. Traveling down your inner thighs. Traveling to the space behind your knees. Down into your shins. And finally into your feet. Bringing blood and oxygen and life to your toes. You wiggle your toes, bringing them movement. Focus on that single pulse, that single drop of blood, returning back to your heart. Traveling up into your foot, behind your ankle, behind your knee, up your thighs, through your abdomen and back to your chest. Same pulse bringing life to your fingers. Focusing on a single drop of blood, this time slow it down even more. Leaving your heart, traveling through your shoulders, past your elbows, down through your wrists, and into your fingertips. Bringing blood and oxygen and life to your fingers. And wiggle your fingers. That same drop of blood now returns to your heart, leaving your fingertips, traveling past your wrists, up through your elbows, past your shoulders, and back to your heart. The same lifeline, the same pulse, bringing life and oxygen and blood to your whole body. Feeling your pulse slow, your bones heavy, your mind is calm. Inhale into your grounding points. Exhale, allow the weight of your bones to soften your grounding point. 2 more times. Inhale, fill up, expand. Exhale, release. Inhale, fill up. Exhale, release. Bringing movement to your fingers and toes. Calming the body, calming the mind. Allow these gentle movements to begin to waken up your body. Maybe blink open the eyes, roll the ankles, roll the wrists. As you're ready, raise your left hand up above your ear and roll onto your left side. Taking a minute to reground yourself, maybe bend your knees into your chest. Press into your right hand to rise back up to a nice comfortable seated position. Crossing your ankles or have your feet straight out in front of you. Your hands can rest on your thighs or bring your hands to heart center. Inhale, fill up. Exhale, release. Giving yourself a moment of gratitude. Thank yourself for this practice, your time, your space. That was all for you. May this feeling of calm, this comfort, stay with you for the rest of today. Namaste.